Hey, friends, welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. Sometimes in life we go through moments where we just want to hide our pain, our past, our failures. We think if God really knew what I did, He wouldn't want anything to do with me. But here's the truth: God still walks in your garden. He's not chasing you with judgment, He's walking toward you with love. He's calling your name saying, "Where are you? I miss our talks. I miss our walks." Friend, this message is for you. It's time to stop hiding. It's time to step out and let God restore what's been lost. Because He still loves you, He still believes in you, and your garden can bloom again. So stay tuned. Let's walk together and see how God still meets us in the garden of grace. You may feel like Adam and Eve, hiding behind the trees, covering yourself with shame, guilt, or disappointment. Maybe you have made mistakes you're not proud of. Maybe you have failed, lost your temper, compromised, or drifted away from what you know is right. But the same God who came looking for Adam in the garden is still walking through the garden of your life today, not to condemn you, but to restore you. He's not asking, "What did you do?" He's asking, "Where are you?" Because He already knows what happened. What He wants is your heart. He wants your honesty. He wants your presence again. The first reaction after sin entered the world was to hide. Adam and Eve heard the sound of the Lord walking in the cool of the day, and they hid. Isn't that what we still do? When we feel unworthy, when life breaks us, when we make mistakes, we hide behind excuses, behind business, behind fear. We stop praying, we stop believing, we stop showing up. But friend, God never stopped walking. He still shows up in your garden every morning, whispering, "Where are you?" Not because He wants to punish you, but because He misses walking with you. The enemy wants you to believe that God has given up on you, that you've gone too far, that you're too broken to come back. But that's a lie. The same God who covered Adam and Eve's shame with garments He made Himself, that's the same God who covers you with mercy today. Don't hide your failures, bring them to Him. Don't run from His presence, run to it. Maybe your garden today doesn't look peaceful. Maybe it's overgrown with disappointment. Maybe you've been through divorce, loss, betrayal, or sickness. Maybe you look around and say, "There's nothing beautiful left here." But I can tell you something: God does His best work in broken gardens. He turned the Garden of Gethsemane, a place of agony, into the doorway of resurrection power. He turned the wilderness into a promised land. He can turn your chaos into creation, your ashes into beauty, your pain into purpose. When God walks in, everything changes. He brings light where there's darkness, peace where there's fear, and hope where there was despair. You don't have to fix the garden before He comes. You just have to open the gate. The reason most people stay hidden is shame. Shame whispers you're not enough. You blew it again. God's disappointed in you. But the voice of God says, "I love you. I have already forgiven you. I still have a plan for you." When Jesus died on the cross, He didn't just forgive your sin, He silenced shame forever. Romans 8:1 says, "There's now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." That means you don't have to hide anymore. You can lift your head again. You can walk boldly again. You can believe again. Maybe you have been living with a secret, something that's kept you from walking freely with God. Friend, You don't have to carry that burden another day. God's grace is bigger than your guilt. His mercy runs deeper than your mistakes. When you bring your hidden things into His light, healing begins. I love that in Genesis it says God walked in the garden in the cool of the day. That means God wasn't running or storming in with anger. He came gently, peacefully, walking. Friend, that's how He still comes to you. He's not chasing you down with wrath, He's walking toward you with love. You might not hear Him in the noise of life, but if you get quiet, you'll feel Him. You'll sense that gentle talk in your heart saying, "Come back home. I miss our talks. I miss our walks. I miss you." And here's the best part, He's not waiting for you at the church building or at a revival meeting. He's walking right where you are, in your home, in your car, at your desk. God still walks in your garden. He still wants fellowship with you. Don't think you've gone too far. You're still the one He loves. You're still His child. Maybe life didn't turn out the way you thought. Maybe you prayed for something and it didn't happen. Maybe people walked away. You thought God was disappointed, so you stopped talking to Him. But listen, failure isn't final. It's not a tomb, it's a tunnel. The same God who found Jonah in the belly of a fish, who found Peter after he denied Jesus, who found the woman at the well, He's about to find you again. He hasn't given up. Your story isn't over just because you have stumbled. God doesn't define you by where you have been, but by where He's taking you. The book of Isaiah says you will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail. That's how God sees you, not as a wasteland, not as a failure, but as a garden He's still cultivating. Every tear you have cried has watered something. Every trial has planted a seed. Every prayer has drawn his presence closer. When you surrender, when you stop hiding, when you let Him in, He begins to grow new things in you. Peace begins to sprout where there was worry. Faith begins to bloom where there was fear. Joy begins to rise where there was sorrow. Friend, maybe today's your moment to stop hiding. You've been carrying guilt for too long. You've been trying to fix yourself before coming to God. But the truth is, you can't fix yourself without Him. God, God's not wanting for perfection. He's not waiting for perfection. He's waiting for honesty. He's walking through the garden of your heart saying, "Where are you?" If you'll step out from behind the tree, if you'll stop running, if you'll lift your eyes and say, "Here I am, Lord," you'll find that He's not angry. He's been waiting for you with open arms. The same hands that formed Adam from dust are reaching out to lift you again. The world may see your life as broken soil, but God sees the potential of a new Eden. He specializes in resurrection. He can restore your marriage, your joy, your peace, your purpose. He can breathe life into what seems dead. It's not over, it's been renewed. The same God who walked in Adam's garden now walks in yours, not with judgment, but with grace, not with rejection, but with restoration. You don't need to hide anymore. You can walk with Him again. So today, make this declaration: I will not hide anymore. I will walk with God again. I am forgiven, loved, and chosen. My garden will bloom again. Friend, you're not too far gone. You're not disqualified. You're still God's masterpiece, and He still walks in your garden. Every morning when you wake up, imagine him saying, I'm here. Let's walk together today. If you'll take one step toward him, he'll run to meet you. Don't hide. Don't run. Just walk because God still walks in your garden.